I don't know what it is about this video. Well, I'm just finding it very awkward, right? But Instagram and Patreon together chose this. So this is my bed setup as someone who's mostly bedbound. So with my bed setup, my bed is actually like the least interesting or helpful part of it. There are some adaptations that I may be getting soon, but I don't know if I will or not. One of them is a mattress topper which raises the head of the bed. I might be getting it, I might not. It's just like an inflatable mattress thing that goes on this half of the bed. And then the second thing I might be getting is a triangle pillow. That's for a few reasons. One is to sit propped upright, but the main reason is because I saw someone, I'm going to have to imitate it for you. They had their legs on this triangle, so imagine legs like this. Their legs were like that, and they could sit with their laptop, which I haven't been able to do for a long time. I did share how I had a bed desk when I was at university, but I've actually always found that really awkward to sit at. You have to really sit upright to be working on it, which I'm not well enough to do. The thing is quite bulky, and you either end up with it like in the bed next to you or having to haul it here, there and everywhere. All to say, I haven't been using the lap desk in a very long time, and even when I had it, I didn't use it often. It was very useful for the times that I did do it, and I was the sort of person at uni that if I had 10 good minutes, I would just go away and I would do loads of work in that 10 minutes. That was kind of how I did it. So that desk, I couldn't have done uni without it, but realistically I probably only used it for a couple of hours over several months. But anyway, back to my setup now. As I was saying,
back to what I was saying. This could be us, but you playing.
my bed doesn't actually have much on it. I have this V-shaped orthopedic pillow, and I mostly use this to help me sit up, but I also use it when I'm nauseous because it's really good to not be lying flat. And my bed also has waterproof everything because I'm sick a lot, and that is the best way to go about it. So I have a waterproof mattress protector, and then I also have a waterproof mattress pad underneath my pillow. Yeah, for self-explanatory reasons with that. Next to me I have my sleeping mask, which I wear a lot of the time. I wear it to sleep, but I also wear it in the daytime when my light sensitivity is bad. It doesn't live here. I just thought this would look good for the video. This actually just goes, to be honest, anywhere in the bed, and I'm always scrambling around trying to find it. And also in the bed I have my ear defenders. It's just because I really need them to be easy to reach, and when I'm unwell, it doesn't look like it, but when you're down here being sick, you can't reach up there. But for now, I was thinking they both can go there. And then next to me is my bedside drawers. I've just always made sure that wherever I go, I have bedside drawers. And when I didn't, when I was in a homeless place, I just used cardboard boxes and just found a way to have this set up. Next to me, most important thing is a sick bowl, because if you're being sick and you can't move, you really need that. One thing that I often think about when I'm being sick is that there could be something that you really want in the world, but when you're at your most vulnerable, something like a 50p cardboard bowl becomes the most invaluable thing in the world, where you're thinking, oh my god, thank God for this, because imagine how dire my situation would be if I didn't have this. And it's in that moment, if someone would be like, do you want a laptop or do you want this 50p sick bowl? I'd have to choose the sick bowl, wouldn't I? And it just made me grateful that something that's so helpful to me is so cheap. Thank God sick bowls are the price of sick bowls and not the price of laptops. Yeah. And then the last few things I have on here, I don't know if you'll be able to see from over there, but I have stacks and stacks of earplugs. So I have silicone earplugs, foam earplugs, loop earplugs in 2 varieties, and wax earplugs, because I've been wearing them 24/7 for so many years now. I know what I need at different times. I also deal with things like perforated eardrums and injuries inside my ear, and when you do that, there's certain earplugs that you have to wear, because there's others you just wouldn't be able to stand it. and so that's what that is for, and that's for my noise sensitivity. I have this box, which is actually a snack box. The contents of this varies depending on like how I am, what I can tolerate, how my nausea is. And then on top of there I have this tray of medications. This is actually a 2-step system. Down here I have 2 most emergency meds that I could need in the middle of the night when it's a bit dark, I'm groggy, you know, if I need these in an emergency. I have these 2 here, and I know where they are and what they are based on size, I guess, and just like the location of them being there. So that's what that is. And then these are medications that I may need urgently, but less urgently than these ones. And my friend came up with this tray idea. I used to have these medications just loose on the box and they could fall down the back, and then my friend George had the idea of putting them in a tray. So there's that. I also have a bottle of water and 2 plug sockets, which I am so unbelievably grateful for. I have complained a lot about the place I live because it is really unsuitable for me, predominantly with my noise sensitivity, a few other things as well, but there are also things where I live here that I'm just so grateful for, and those plug sockets being there is definitely one. I'm so grateful for that. And then that phone is the intercom system for the flat, which again is helpful it being there. The plugs, phone and light switch are also at wheelchair height as well, so when I'm in my chair I can still access everything. Down here I have my phone charger, and I've just recently put on a little sticky tab which holds chargers, so I'm giving that a go. I don't know how it's going to go yet because I've only applied that tab thing today. Sorry, I got too hot so I had to take my jumper off. I think we should actually move on to this next. I wasn't going to, but on here I usually have a cooling spray. I get really intense hot flushes with my autonomic dysfunction. My autonomic dysfunction is quite severe, which is why it manifests as my POTS being severe as well, because it all falls under the same bracket. Up here I have things like deodorant. Honestly, I don't know how it happens. I have a spray one and 2 roll-on deodorants. I have hand sanitizer, because when you're in bed all the time and you can't wash your hands, that is really helpful. I have a cleanser. This is a waterless one, but any cream cleanser or lotion cleanser would work. I have a sleep spray. Things like this end up being really important because when you're in bed all the time and there's no separation from wakefulness and sleepiness, you need tools like this to get to sleep a lot of the time. I have my tissues here, which are just, again, come in really handy when you're in bed and you can't, I don't know, when you're in bed there's like loads of situations that come up that you need tissues for. And then this item is like the most morbid thing on here. This is a fire extinguisher thing, because I'm not always able to get out of bed easily and sometimes not able to get up at all. Something like this is actually really important to have with me. Oh my god, it is so morbid, and I have to just not think about it, and like I know it's there but I have to like not give it any thought, because it is like, this is like the serious side of being mostly bedbound, is that there are measures like this that you have to think about. If you can't get out in a fire, what are you going to do? So I have that fire extinguisher, and then here I have a diary. This one was actually given to me by my friend Lucinda, so thank you so much Lucinda for that. And then I keep things like to-do lists and a bunch of pens there as well. Moving down here I have a stack of sick bowls, Colgate wisps, which are waterless mini toothbrush things. They're not as good as brushing your teeth, but being waterless I find them to be the easiest and the best thing. So yeah, I just use those because there's no water. Like I couldn't be dealing with having like cups of water here, there and everywhere, so I just use these Colgate wisps. I have cotton buds, and I have eye drops for red and tired eyes. this is what I used to film with. And then also just when my eyes get really like dry and scratchy, that happens a lot. And my eyes in general just get quite inflamed. I have a lint roller, and this is because when you're in bed, things can get messy with hair. I have a lot of hair loss, so there gets hair in the bed, crumbs in the bed, all sorts in the bed. I can't stand it. So I have a lint roller, and I just clean everything up with a lint roller. This headband is part of, so I have earplugs which stay in on their own, but if I'm wearing my AirPods, because I need noise cancelling and noise over the top, if like the ambient noise is that bad, I will use a headband to keep the AirPods on my head. And then I also have some noise cancelling over ear headphones. These hurt a lot less than ear defenders, and even though these are like the best ear defenders I could have, headphones still just hurt way less. There's way less pressure. They call it clamping pressure. But again, all of these like ear related things, they're all to do with noise sensitivity, and I have a lot for that. I have a lot for that. And then on the lower level, and I feel grateful for this all the time, I have this, which I just use as a bin. You may call it a trash bin where you live, and so it just means anything I use, the tissues can go in the bin, the lint roller I can put it in the bin, the Colgate toothbrush wisps can go in the bin, and like wrappers from the snacks, like this honestly is so invaluable to me. And then lastly, on that lower level, I have braces for things that dislocate often enough to warrant having them there. So like my knees dislocate in the night, for example, and so I have my knee braces there, and then I have an SI belt and some hand supports and braces there also. And then over to the bedside drawers. This is the sort of stuff that I have spoken about in the past and is probably more typical than that sort of stuff. So I just have my makeup bag, pill box, I have moisturisers, and I was noticing the other day how these ones have SPF, so sun protection. I barely used because I have basically been in the dark every day since October, and it's only now that I'm starting to see the light again. I'm just not able to tolerate it until the evening, which means I haven't been using this sun protection, because when you're inside with no light coming in, you don't need it. And this is a nighttime one, which I've been using in the daytime because I might as well. I have paracetamol, which is an over-the-counter pain relief, more earplugs, cotton pads to go with my skin cleanser. To be honest, at the stage of life I'm at now, reusable ones just aren't in the cards for me. Maybe they will be in the future, they were in the past, but right now this is what I'm using. And then I have another sleep spray. This is that Rescue Night one. Pulse socks. I have a selection of wipes for like every occasion. So I have disinfectant wipes, hand wipes, makeup wipes, vitamins, and then that's it for that drawer. This bedding down is not going well for me. My glasses are falling off my head and I'm getting out of breath. But anyway, I have another weekly pill box. And I have this, which is a clear case of one of every medication that I have. And it means that I can refill my pill boxes when I'm in bed. So if I run out, I don't have to worry about it. I can just get them from here. Most of them fit in here. Some of them don't. And so I have the remaining ones as well. Just being careful because these have my address on. I have my blood pressure monitor, thermometer, a bag of nausea sweets, although I'm actually favouring some for my friend in America. Their nausea sweets, well, the ones that she gifted me, are just so much better than these. These ones are really hot and they're boiled sweets, so you can't really get them into your system quickly. The good thing is that you suck them slowly, so like they work for a long time. But I actually just find the ones from my friend in America better for me than these ones. I have some alcohol pads. Can you guess what these are for? For nausea. I actually haven't tried them. I only got these a week ago, but I'm going to try these soon. And then I have some of my catheter equipment and everything in there as well. What's the last thing? It is this forehead like a roll-on thing, and this is just for headaches. So those are all the sections we're going to cover today, because that was a very long video and a lot of stuff. And also, I'm more mindful these days that just because you can put everything on YouTube doesn't mean you should. So there are like a lot of things around my bed that we actually haven't covered yet, like the end of my bed, the other side of my bed. But I think that is enough for today. As I say, I'm sorry this video is so long. I hope there was maybe 1 or 2 ideas you got from this that you thought, oh, maybe implementing that can help you. Let me know if you think there's anything I'm missing that could help me, or what you have by your bed, or to be honest, even in your room. Let me know if you think there's something that could help me and everybody else in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!